up, Herostock Nation?
Hey everyone, welcome to the Round Table. We're Heroes Talk. During the month of December, we're putting the spotlight on several of the business owners and supporters of Herostock who bring Christmas gift ideas, which we think will make great hero stocking stuffers. Last time we had something for the beard growers, thanks to Kevin Gowron and Doc Goodbeard Beard Care Products. And of course, with a little help from my co-host, Matt Jones, who I'm going to introduce right now. Matt!
What is going on, Tommy?
Hey, man.
We are back.
I know. You know what? And I got something for us because you and I are both guitar players, right?
Yes. Well, I mean, I
remember.
I guess I could say I'm a guitar player.
You were with me at Herostock Ashland, picking and grinning with me. But hey, we got something special for musicians, specifically guitar players. And God, we're going to talk about the crossover pick system from Strum-n-Comfort with Greg Atkin, who's going to join us in just a moment.
Okay.
Now, as guitar players, I don't know about you. For me, I do play with a pick, and I like to play loud. Sometimes I like to just kind of hit the single strings, play chords. Sometimes I lose the pick. Sometimes I drop it. Or sometimes my fingers just get tired. I have to set it down and let it let it get a rest. Finger style. What about you? Or do you come into the same thing? Or what kind of player are you? Are you a picker?
Well, I would say that I kind of dabble in both. I do like to do a little bit of finger picking. Learn some new patterns. Mm-hmm. Predominantly, I would say a majority of the time I play with the pick. I think there's a picture of me at Herostock trying to turn my guitar around because I dropped my pick inside the guitar. So. Well, yeah, that little thing, man, I tell you what, it escapes me sometimes.
I'm with you. Don't you hate dropping it, too? It's kind of like, I guess I'm going to play with just my fingers. Well, we've got quite the stocking stuffer tonight. And before we go any farther, let me go ahead and bring our next guest, Greg Atkin of Strum-n-Comfort. Greg,
hello.
Good evening. Hey, it's good to see you.
Oh, great to see you. Thanks for having me on. It's an honor.
You bet. Now, I remember one of the few times that I ran into Greg. It was at the NAMM show in Anaheim, California. Exactly. And I know that when I ran into him and he had handed me a number of his pick system products, I've got them still. And I do have questions for you tonight, Greg, about, the versatility behind these. Maybe you can tell us even more about the idea. How did it come about? Got a lot of stuff to cover with you tonight, so thank you for joining us. First of all, why don't you give us a little introduction about yourself and then tell us a little bit about your company?
Okay, well, again, my name's Greg Atkin, and I've been working with the pick system since about 2001, something like that. Actually, before that, just as a living room guitar player, I was in the computer network support business for 30 years with a partner and transitioned out of that in 2006 and went full-time to develop music accessory products, not just the crossover picks, but other things too. But I was very fortunate to find a fingerstyle group here in Southern California in Anaheim called the Association of Fingerstyle Guitarists. And I went to their convention and I had some crude prototypes, and they really embraced me and were very friendly and helped me kind of work the bugs out of it over the next few years, and including going back to the Chet Atkins Appreciation Society convention in Nashville, where all the thumb pickers are. So we went back there, and they embraced me pretty well back there too, and helped me develop it further until the product that it is today.
So you are a musician, is what it sounds like, and you also have a background with technology. And was this an opportunity to go ahead and bring these two skill sets together?
Well, I think so. Yeah, I'm a problem solver, and so I had my own problem with holding the pick, like you're talking about, Matthew. As you develop your skill and you get a little bit better, you might, in my case, pick up the nylon string guitar and finger pick only. But then the steel string guitar, I'll use a flat pick because I like to sound better. So how do I bring those things together? And that's so that's what led to it. But really, the main problem to solve was, how do I get a warm tone with a thick pick where you can't hold it too tight and have it not just move all around? You see, the thicker the pick, the warmer the tone, but then you have to really have a light touch in order to keep it in between your fingers, and you can drop them easy or they move around. So that's where the whole idea of having something that I could slip on the thumb and stick the pick to it. So the very first one was just a couple of hobo gloves, and I cut the little finger off and slid it on, and had my wife Dana put Velcro, and then I on the one side and matching Velcro on the other, and stuck it on there, and then I had at least something that was stable. Mm-hmm. So, and then once I showed that to the association that I was telling you about, fingerstyle guitar players, and then it evolved from there into about five different models.
And what was in existence at the time before you really came up with this? I remember metal picks on like the thumb that were really uncomfortable.
Going way back. Yeah, way back. You had the very kind of rigid thumb picks, that you've seen, real long stems coming off of them, and people would carve them down and put them in hot water and bend them to make them fit and do all these things to make it work. Then some of the great innovators, I think, was the Herco thumb pick, and then Fred Kelly is another. I ran into him just looking at patents, and then when I went back to Nashville, he was like the king of the thumb pick. All the top guys were using his thumb pick. So, but we got along good, became friends. I respect his work, and he innovated a lot in what I call a crossover pick, which is in between a flat pick and a thumb pick.
Have you got something to show us what you got in the way of products? I know that, again, the packages that I have, I see that they are, there's the signature crossover pick, which is obviously tied into professional musicians who use them.
Right.
But there's the term shark pick. I mean, these are questions that I've got, right?
Well, that's my marketing head. My technology business that I was in was a small business, so I wore a lot of hats. And I love thinking about marketing and people out there and what do you do to be memorable, So I had the flat pick itself evolved in such a way where it has a little notch to help the material kind of lay back a little farther. Mm-hmm. So to me, it kind of looked like a tooth, and then that beautiful pearl celluloid.
Oh yeah.
Just reminded me. Well, okay, shark tooth is good, and then my son did the little diagram for me that I print on there.
The artwork.
Yeah, he's an artist.
That's really cool.
So that shape, that's a custom shape pick, and I sell the flat picks too. And I've got a really nice following in with the jazz guitarists with the thicker gauges. The top jazz guitarists use the picks, and I have some signature flat picks that I do for different jazz guitarists.
Okay, so there was something that the pick was mounted to. Is it glued on to? I'm not sure. Is this twill?
It slides right in there.
Yeah, this is the shark tooth traditional. So you think regular old-fashioned thumb pick goes right around the thumb, perpendicular to the thumb line, and then you can pop the tip of the pick out and then peel it away. It's two pieces. So this is a neoprene, very thin,
very lightweight. Mm-hmm.
Very lightweight, super comfortable. And then this is the pick strap assembly, and I glue the pick to the strap. Okay. But in every product, I sell them in dual packs like this.
To the same.
So you get a medium and a heavy.
Is that for every package, or this is just like
for the dual packs?
Okay, I remember you telling me this a few years back. The dual pack. So
just one last thing too. In the back of the package, it comes with an extra strap with no pick. You can put, if this didn't have a pick on it, you can set it in here like this, and then take any favorite pick of yours and put it in there.
This one's from this guy.
Scotty. Yeah.
Scotty Hastings. So I've got 3. I got one of those. You gave me one of those. So it's 3 pieces. So you've got the neoprene, and then you got the Velcro, and then you've got a pick. Now, say for instance, okay, I want to use this pick. Okay, it didn't come with the system itself. So what I have to do is I insert the pick into this neoprene, and then I slap.
Well, put the hook Velcro on the neoprene first.
Oh,
just adjacent to the hole, so it makes a complete loop. If you put it on the thumb, and then there's no pick in there yet.
Got it. Oh, I just dropped it. I'll use another pick. I'll use this pick. Dropping picks. I'm not sure what that.
Yep, there you go, dropping picks again.
All right, so now I've got it assembled, and now it's just a matter of.
Yeah. So here, if you have it assembled like this, then you grab it like you would any flat pick, like you're going to go play right now, and then you bring over the hook Velcro first, straight over, because it's the traditional. So it just goes around the thumb straight, and then you bring this other side over, like that.
That looks like a custom fit. I mean, it's not going anywhere either, is it?
It's very comfortable, and it's rubber liner, so the rubber offers friction, so it doesn't want to slip even when you get a little sweaty. Yep, and this is a medium pick in here, but you get a medium pick and a heavy pick.
Okay.
So if you like the brighter, snappier tone of a medium or the darker tone of the heavy, you got your choice.
Okay.
Now, did that take any adjusting, kind of like getting used to playing with that on your thumb initially when you first started that?
Well, yes. The thing about it is you have to have a target melody that you really want to learn, or something that you've been playing where you'd want to expand the arrangement, have some strumming, have some flat picking, have some finger picking on the fly.
Yeah.
Now, that gives you the motivation to go through the learning curve.
Okay.
That's for sure. I was there was an interview, not so much an interview. It was almost like a product review that I saw online. And the gentleman was actually going through the paces of playing fingerstyle, just strumming along. And I was really impressed with just what you're able to do with that. Now, there is some learning that's going to be involved with the holding of the pick and actually, hitting the right strings and making the proper tone with it. So think of it as a tool. It's like, you know what? I want to try this with the pick, maybe, hit a little harder on the low notes, and then maybe even use fingerstyle on the fingers just to give it that different sound. Or you could just kind of do what Scotty does, which is basically he's just strumming, and it's coming through really loud and clear too. But do you want to give us a demonstration now that you've got that pick system on your thumb there?
Well, we could do that, and I can show you, the different techniques, and how you can blend them.
We see the product.
So you can see, compared to the other pick I was using before was a 2 millimeter. So this is brighter, being a medium. So just strumming, and your fingers. you go.
Yeah.
Okay, well that settles it right there. I got to
Great.
get me some.
There you go. The sound was quite consistent. It didn't sound like you were, volume wise louder on the bottom end where that thumb pick is where it was at. And you were even doing these fast runs on the high strings as well too with that pick. It's
The neat thing about the pick for fingerstyle is it brings out the bass volume.
Mm-hmm.
And because of the orientation on the strings, you can use your palm. A lot of the great Chet Atkins, Merle Travis, they use their palm and then really dig in on the bass, and you get that thump kind of a sound,
And
I think that settles it, Tom. I know what I'm putting in my HEROSTOCKing stuffer.
That
I have
sounds
some
great.
I have some I can share. But hey, Greg. So when it comes to holding the pick itself, and I seem to remember Scotty not really holding it. He can actually just kind of just
Right.
with a thumb. It's just that. I mean, you can actually free up those fingers that typically hold a pick if you wanted to, right?
I was doing that when I was doing that kind of Roschiato rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I noticed that. I was like, well, so typically when I play, I mean, I'm so focused on just holding the pick right that the other fingers, they're unemployed. Like I don't use them for anything. So seeing you play is like, man, I could use these other fingers to add some different tones and some different sounds, So that's really cool.
I thought so too. I think the greatest analogy that I experienced is when I first learned to ride a bike. I remember in front of my house in Long Beach, and my dad pushed me off, and I started pedaling and I'm balancing, and that exhilaration. The first time I went on a guitar and I was doing a strum rhythm and then just went into finger picking on the fly because of my innovation that I was working on. That I had that same kind of exuberance,
Yeah, that's amazing.
Now, are the picks that you make primarily for guitar players only?
Well, it's interesting because when you look at the signature picks that I've developed, which are mostly singles as opposed to the standard package, which is a dual pack. So I'll just go through them real quick and show you each artist and the different instrument they play.
Yeah.
So we saw this one. So that's the Shark Tooth Traditional. Then there's the Shark Tooth Super Hybrid. And the Super Hybrid is wider. It's if you see the picture, it's wider on the thumb, goes up almost over the knuckle. Really forgiving for wild strumming. Nothing can catch. You just don't even have to think about it, and that pick's sticking out whenever you want it.
And it's not going anywhere. It's not going to fly off your thumb.
No. And then for the people that they just want lean and mean, the Kodiak. You see, that's a much leaner strap.
Mm-hmm.
And I changed up the pick material. It's a newer kind of a plastic called a Delrin.
Okay.
And primarily for like electric players or just people who like to play fast. Is that what that product is targeting?
Well, I do. I think I have a little bit of something working against me in how it looks on the thumb. Some people might be a little bit feel compromised having something heavy on their thumb, and I got onto that idea when I first went back to the Chet Atkins Appreciation Society convention, and there was a great picker. It happened to be actually Tom Bresch, Merle Travis's son, and he liked what I was innovating and said he'd use it on stage on the Saturday night show for a couple of songs, playing his dad's music. And when he got on stage, he said, he held up his thumb and told everybody, check out my new thumb pick. Nothing wrong with my thumb. So why did he have to say that? Kind of like a Band-Aid or something.
Yeah.
And then he was kind enough to mention the product. And
that's awesome.
That really was exciting. But
now you come into obviously a number of people who are in the industry, these musicians who, who've obviously tied their name to one of the signature products. And let's see, the first one that I see here, Philip Bino, who is you want to tell him? You want to tell everyone?
He's the bass player for Steve Vai, and he's in many other bands too that travel the world, because Steve's not always gigging, you know.
I'm just curious how you came into Phil, and how is it that he said, "Yeah, put my name on that pick"?
This is very important. What we're doing here, what you guys are doing, talking to people, it's personal. It's spreading information. And I had met a great guitarist who was, I was at a jazz gig that was every month, I think they had it up in Hollywood. John Pisano, jazz guitarist. And I met Brad Rebuchin, who was Ray Charles's last guitarist. Mm-hmm. And I gave him some samples. And he teaches in Pasadena at the music school over there. I forget what street. And so he didn't take to it, but Philip taught there. So he gave it to Philip. And Philip started using it and really liked it and contacted me, and then we became friends. And evolved then when I started to think about doing signature picks. So he was one of the first, actually. And
you have a number of signature picks. You have I want to say a steel guitar player. Is he? And I don't know your website.
Dan Johnson.
Danimal.
Danimal. You gotta love it.
Now, to find a steel guitar player who you have immortalized with the signature pick system, can you share a story about that? How did that come about?
Same kind of thing, people are kind and they generally want to help. And, I think that's the strength, so we need to remember that. And I was in Nashville, and it was during the Chet Atkins show time, but also the NAMM show. I stayed there like 2 weeks. And I went to Third and Lindsay, which is a club that's very popular. And the guy playing was Hank Williams' grandson.
Hank the Third. I play a couple of his tunes as covers. I love that guy.
Big fan.
Yeah, he's energetic, let me tell you. And so Dan was playing guitar and steel guitar for him. And so after the show, Dan was sitting at the bar. And so I just went up and introduced myself. I mean, when you're in business and you have a product, you have to go talk to people,
Yeah.
That's how it works. And he was very kind, and we became friends, and he traveled out here with Hank 3 and played locally and had me come backstage and got to see the show. That's another one of the benefits that happens. A lot of free shows.
Can't complain about that. No. I met you, like I had mentioned at the top of the show, I had met you through a mutual friend of ours. And I had contacted Scotty Hastings, and I said, "Hey, dude, do you that pick that you use, is the guy who created it going to be at the NAMM show?" And this had to have been like 3-4 years ago. And he goes, yeah. Let me go ahead and reach out to Greg right now. But can you tell us a story about how you crossed paths with Scotty and how his name appeared on the signature pick?
Well, that he found my product out there in the universe, and after his injuries, being shot so many times, he had weakness and numbness in his right hand, but the guitar really uplifted him, as you know, and so consequently, after contacting me, then I sent him a bunch of samples, and he had different things to try, because I had the Kodiak, I had the Shark Tooth, and then we finally settled on something. And I like to make things a little unique for people, so I had these older black straps left over that I was not putting in production anymore, and I said, well, he liked it. He liked the black, and so I had the picks made with his name on it. And he liked it, and uses it when he can, when it's appropriate. Sometimes he's just singing.
Well, on his videos, he's made it known that, hey, he's using the Strum-n-Comfort pick system. And of course, it has his name on it, so how can he not? But no, I've been watching him actually making use of the tool that you made for him.
And you get one Scotty Hastings crossover pick and the extra strap in case you did want to use a different pick. Yeah. And then you get an extra collectible one in the back.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, nice.
That. I'm sure I have it. I think I have it in my my bowl of picks here somewhere. Let me ask you about those customers who have used it. Have they come back to you and shared their experiences with you? Better players, or maybe just some great things about the product itself that's helped them?
I have received some really wonderful testimonials, and some are published, on my Etsy site. When they have the opportunity to pick how many stars, that you're going to click on, and then they'll write something sometimes. But I've gotten emails too with, and right from the very early stage of the product development, I started to run into situations with people that have some kind of a disability. And over the years, as my engineering background came to play, and I've made picks for people with prosthetic arm and just a prosthetic thumb, or a young guy like 10 years old, and he was born with just a little bit of the arm past the elbow. And I made a pick for that part that goes on here, because I can make that neoprene. It's very elastic and viable. A weird story. A guy contacted me and he said, my son, in 2 weeks, he's supposed to have his guitar final for his high school, and he broke his right arm.
Oh no.
Wow.
So I made something with what he had available to use to hook it on, and he ended up doing his recital and got through it okay. So
oh wow. Look at you,
no
man.
problem too big. No problem too big.
So that's been kind of neat, and even professional players that had an injury. I had a couple of situations where one guy was changing a pane of glass and cut his thumb really bad, and he had it all wrapped up, but he couldn't make a living now. He was a teacher at Musicians Institute, and so he was able to at least get through some of the lessons and so forth he was doing. And then another guy got bit on the thumb by a spider and let it go, and it got it all infected. And so stuff like that,
Yeah. Hey, I had a student who definitely was having problems with not able to really hold his hand in a position that could really play the guitar that easily. And then when I showed him, one of the picks that you gave me, I said, here, put this on. Let's see if this will help you out. Not only has he gone on to graduate, but now he is playing with other musicians, strumming and just having the time of his life. And that pick system made all the difference. So,
that's wonderful. Sometimes it's just to get you through something. But then like I was saying earlier, if you have something you want to learn that is facilitated better with the product, with the pick, then, whenever you're going to play that kind of stuff, you want to have it.
For sure. Yeah, it's definitely a tool you can put in your toolbox. I have been messing around with it for the last couple of years, off and on. And I can tell you that, yes, if there's a certain tone that I'm looking for, if there's a certain level of intensity that I want, it's usually break out the crossover pick for sure. So, first, for those first-time buyers, is there a model that you would recommend to them?
Well, the two shark tooth models are the most versatile, the traditional and the super hybrid, because you can put any pick in it. So it's totally flexible in that regard, and it fits any thumb size. When you strap it on, like here's the super hybrid, and notice it's kind of V-shaped a little bit, because when you strap it on, instead of going straight around the thumb, you pull this part up over the knuckle, and then you bring this over like an X over the top.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's a nice firm grip. It
pulls this material real tight here, and you can co-locate it anywhere you want along the thumb. Move it once you get it on to the sweet spot. So because of the flexibility of those two, that's a great way to start. But the Kodiak is a plug and play kind of a thing too, and it's less bulky, less in the way. There's nothing on the front side of the pick on the Kodiak. I'll show you that one.
Okay.
Mm.
And so very simple.
Yeah.
And these come apart. It's two pieces, just like the others. So you grab it like you're going to flat pick with it, and then this comes straight over, and that goes that way. And then you can trim these with scissors.
Customize it.
So that it fits smooth, And so, I like the matter of fact, the pick I was playing with earlier comes out the front like that, but uses the neoprene. So it's kind of like a hybrid of the two. And this is going to be a new product. It's got a 2 millimeter. It's a resin, epoxy resin.
Wow.
Yeah. The pick itself?
But
is that what we're looking at?
What's that?
Yeah.
The pick itself. It's a thing of beauty.
The pick itself, but it's glued to the strap, and it has a real stealth wrap that works just like the Super Hybrid, but there's nothing I cut off the material on the front side.
Mm-hmm.
And then I hand carve this picking tip, bevel it this way from a bigger bevel on the top side of this side, and then on the bottom side of this. So it glides like butter on the string.
I bet.
And you could do really fast lead lines.
Oh gosh.
I'm sold. I am sold.
I need to update my collection.
You're going to be hearing from me.
Hey everyone, we've been talking with the creator of the crossover pick system, Greg Atkin, of his company Strum-n-Comfort. Greg, maybe you can tell us one time where our listeners can find out more information about your products and even acquire them.
Well, the website is Strum-n, like Nancy, another dash, comfort.com. So Strum-n-Comfort, and an N in the middle with 2 dashes around it. At the website, you can read about the products. You can look at some videos. You can click on the button to go to my Etsy shop, which has all the products and some combination deals where right now you get free stone pick, a natural stone pick. It's got a little divot on the back for your thumb.
Man.
Glides like butter on the string. I said that before, but this one does that too.
Kind of got a bit of a heart shape to it, right?
Yes, it's asymmetrical.
Yeah, so ladies listening out there, if you love your guitar playing husband or man or whatever, get involved here. Come get one of these picks.
How can you go wrong? No way. I mean, that's beautiful. Gee.
I love that color.
This is aventurine, it's called. It's a silicate, but I have agates. If on the Etsy site, there's lots of examples you can see and some engravings. I've got I have a line that I call peace picks. The one has a dove with an olive branch. The other one has a Celtic cross. And then I have no engraving. That's what this is, no engraving.
So are you into customization as well, too, of your products? Or is this something that...
On the stone picks, I didn't. I designed it with a friend of mine, Luther Tatum, but I had to buy everything at once, so it's what you get.
Okay. All right. Well, got it. Everyone, when we return, our Hero Stocking Stuffers edition continues with a visit from U.S. Army veteran and owner of Smokin RWB, Chris Parks, featuring seasoned greetings with his unique brands of sea salts and seasonings for every occasion. That's next at the round table where heroes talk. We'll be back after this. Thanks for taking time out of your day to listen to some of the entertaining and often enlightening heartfelt stories told by our veterans, first responders, Gold Star family members, and supporters of the HEROSTOCK mission, including our sponsors and nonprofit organizations that collaborate with us. Now, if you didn't know it, we also feature original music by singer-songwriters who have often served in our military or have a connection to it. And we really appreciate your support by showing up and checking out these interviews with us.
I know in previous episodes we've talked about our experiences at HEROSTOCK, and there's a guest today that we have mentioned in those episodes, and we have wrangled him down. We have the infamous Anthony in today's episode, so we're going to get you to talk to him about his experience with HEROSTOCK and how he saw it. Because I know we all saw Anthony out there trying to work, trying to get involved, and everyone just was like, sit down.
Absolutely.
So I think we're going to get it from Anthony
we got it
today.
Yeah, we were like the first one to grab him. It's kind of like, oh, you're feeling better? Great. Get on the show.
Get over here.
So, yeah, but we're also, we're going to bring on, Chris Parks. And I met Chris through Anthony. And, I hope that the interview is going to be inspiring enough to check out his products as well. But let's go ahead and bring them both on right now. Anthony, hey, man.
Guys.
Hey, it's good to see you. How are you?
Always. I'm great. I'm here. I'm live promoting HEROSTOCK. Got to go to HEROSTOCK.
You did.
And got to see one of my good buds down there and got some delicious salt, man.
Yeah.
I'll say. Yeah, we'll get to that in a minute here. But I know you brought Aaron with you, and you attended both days.
Yeah.
And I think the last thing was I got a hug from you saying, I got to go. It's great seeing you. It was great seeing you. I want to know, were you able to enjoy yourselves?
I was mad most of the days because, like you guys said, everybody kept sitting me down. I'm like, I've been laying down and sitting down for 3 months. Let me help. I want to help. I'm going to help
Oh,
you.
brother. But that's the thing. HEROSTOCK is this family of people that are always going to look out for you, right? So that's what they're trying to do. And I know it's like, I just want to do something,
Yeah.
So
Finally,
one of our previous episodes, we were talking about the water. And you were there with the broom. Yeah, I was like, Anthony was like, not on my watch,
I know. These are artists. You have to walk through this much water in a puddle. I'm like, no, give me the broom. And then I got yelled at for it.
Yeah.
And they said, if you want to help, if you want to really help, go meet each vendor, say thank you, introduce yourself.
Oh.
And that's what I did.
Yeah.
Is that
Go
where you
press
were?
the flesh, man. Let them know how much you guys are, grateful for their participation.
Let's now talk about Chris and Smokin RWB. Now, Anthony is basically Tom. You need to go talk to him. Chris, after I stopped and I introduced myself to you and you started to show me your products, and then you brought up Anthony's name, is there anything that you wanted to, before we move into, talking about your business and all, is there a memory that you'd like to share with us about when you had served with Anthony that maybe we would enjoy listening to?
Oh, there's so many. We kind of picked on him all the time. We would always wrestle. He was our go-to person because he was small. So we'd always just wrestle him, and we'd pick on him, and we'd pin him, and he would take it, and it was great. So
bullies.
Wow.
I got mine a few times. I got mine a few times.
Oh my.
Yeah, we kind of pushed him around, but it was all in good fun.
Man.
Now, how long ago did you guys meet? I mean, how long ago was that? And have you maintained that friendship the entire, span of time?
Well, we're both from the western part of Nebraska. So, I mean, we were in the same unit for a while. We deployed together. After our deployment, I mean, we kind of lost touch here and there. We didn't lose touch. It kind of faded, I think. And then we just reconnected about a year ago. So
we would run into each other at the grocery store, say hi, how's it going? How's the family? Good to hear that you're doing good, brother. And then one day, he called me up and was like, hey, I got this new product. And I'm like, cool, let me swing by. I'm free, I'm off. And he put some in my palm, and I looked at it and I said, wow. And he goes, it goes best on ice cream. I bought a bottle and I ran home and threw it on some chocolate ice cream. And I'm like, wow.
Yeah, crazy.
Oh, wow. Really? Oh, chocolate ice cream. Not too many things go well with chocolate ice cream. I mean, it's chocolate.
Yeah, I'll tell you what doesn't go well with chocolate ice cream is my waistline.
Oh,
yeah, sure. I'll destroy some ice cream.
Well, I have to, say to Anthony, it's like, did I read that you bought mass quantities of Chris's product? You walked away with more than a dozen, I think. But
I literally
way more than a dozen.
I literally just wanted to sign. I'm kidding. I bought 40 bottles from him.
You said 40?
40.
40.
40.
Not 14. Yeah. Not 14. 40.
And the reason behind it is I went to the VFW the other day with the box and gave it to these veterans, talked about what Chris is about, hand out some cards, told them what HEROSTOCK's about. And I want to grow HEROSTOCK. I want to grow Smokin RWB because I'm here because of a mission, and B, one of my good buds is trying to do the same thing, make a product and tell his story and help each veteran that he can.
That's awesome, man. Not a lot of people get that kind of support, so that's really cool.
No kidding.
Yeah, I need another shipment. I'm down to 5 bottles.
Oh gosh. Wow.
Holy cow.
Didn't you
we got you hooked up, man.
Good grief. All right. Anthony, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna just put you on hold for right now, and then enjoy. What is it that you're drinking? Doesn't include like anything with seasoning in it, does it? Or maybe it does.
Hot mint tea to help my throat.
Very good. Hey, we're gonna let you go ahead and step aside for just a minute here, so we can go ahead and talk with Chris and find out more about his business. So Chris, let's talk about your business. Why don't you give us the name, the location, how long? Maybe just give us a profile of your business, I should say.
Well, it's we're based out of Roca, Nebraska. We're just south outside of Lincoln, not too far on South 27th. We operate out of our house. It's Smokin red, white, and blue. We make smoked salts. We only have 2 flavors right now: just a regular smoked salt and a smoked salt, pepper, and garlic.
I'm just wondering what motivated you to create them.
It was kind of a mistake, and then I took it to work and gave it to people, and they're like, "You need to kind of sell this. You need to make this," and so I kind of pursued that, and I did.
So, Chris, let's talk about your business. Why don't you give us the name, the location, how long? Maybe just give us a profile of your business.
The response you got, was it what you had expected?
No, not at all. Because 95% of people have never heard of smoked salt, and they're like, "What? Smoked salt?" And then they try it, they sniff it or whatever, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, like, what is this stuff?" And then you tell them more about it, and they're like, "Okay, I've never heard of it." So it's not new, but it's not common.
What gave you the incentive to say, you know what, whatever you were eating at the time, or whatever, wherever you were at the time, was kind of like, I would love to actually try this combination of ingredients out to give it that taste that I'm looking for. Do you recall what that might have been, or where you were at, or where you ate, or what you might have been eating?
Not really. I mean, salt's just kind of a universal thing, and we found the idea on Pinterest, and then I tweaked it and kind of made it my own. But and then we made that salt, pepper, garlic because that's the more common, for everything.
You can't lose with that.
So,
you can't lose with that combination.
It's kind of what we thought. And salt, I mean, you can't go wrong with salt. There's salt in everything, and salt just brings out the flavor. So.
When it comes to working with ingredients, how do you do that? I mean, I envision like a chemistry lab. It's kind of like a little of this, a little of that, shake it up, and then throw it on chicken, fish, beef, whatever. Is that how that works?
I mean, it's just, we use a kosher salt right now, and I smoke it in small batches on my grill for about 4 hours, and I do about 3 pounds at a time. So it's kind of slow and very, very time consuming. So it's really to get that smoke flavor buried up in that salt to kind of, for those people that have had the smoked salt, they know exactly the flavor profile that I'm talking about. So it's bursting with flavor. So,
and when it comes to getting the ingredients, I mean, I think of like rock salt, like bags of rock salt. Is that how you go about getting your ingredients?
Just take just a coarse kosher salt is all it is, and I put it in a mesh metal pan, and I just smoke it on my grill, pull it off when I think it's ready to go, and it's.
And the testing process. What do you usually break out, like the burgers or pork chops, or I mean, how do you test that this is exactly what I wanted. This is how I wanted it to taste. What's the testing like
a big
what's that process? And does it involve friends? Hey, I decided I've got a new, a new ingredient set of ingredients. I'd like you to come over and test it. Is that something?
It does happen that way. Yeah, it does happen. If we get new products, we got our select people that we use to test. As far as knowing like when the product's done, I've done salt by now. I can just kind of tell by the color of it. I'm a big presenter of the colors, so when it's golden brown, she's ready to roll. So
does it feel like you're succeeding with what you set out to do? Is this something like, I started with this and now I've got more people coming in and they're really digging what I'm doing? Is that what's happening, or is it like, there's still some things that I want to do, make it better?
There's a lot that we want to do and that we want to tweak and get, make different in that. But yeah, so far it's been a success. People love it, and we made a footprint out west. People were looking for us at one of the events we didn't quite make it to out there. So that made us kind of feel good. People were asking about us and we weren't there, but
yeah.
You feel good for a second and then you feel bad, like, oh man.
Yeah, it's like, we missed you. I'm sorry. We'll have to get you on the next one. But yeah.
So you have 2 products. I walked away with both of them, by the way.
You did.
and I did try them on chicken. And it was delicious. It was awesome. It was just awesome. But why don't you tell us the names of both products that people should be looking for?
So we just have a regular, just smoked salt, and it's just called smoked salt. And then we got a smoked salt, pepper, and garlic, and it's SSPG.
And there's a variety of things that you can put it on. And I did read your website, but maybe you can, and if chocolate ice cream, there's one right there. I'm going to have to try that out. So, but maybe you can kind of talk through some of this, or share some of the stories of people who said, hey, I tried it on this and this is what I got out of it. Are there any of those stories that you can share with us?
So there's a lot. So the regular salt, I mean, it goes on everything that you would add salt to, anything, everything, meats, soup, salads, pastas, all that, but especially good on sweets, ice cream, cake, cookies, stuff like that. It's exceptionally good. The salt, pepper, and garlic, well, that goes on everything but sweets, pretty much,
Yeah.
So that's more of the meat blend for brisket, eggs, breakfast stuff, potatoes, veggies. I mean,
for sure.
the list is truly endless. I mean,
And
Asparagus. Man, you guys,
Asparagus,
I'm
bacon
getting
wrap.
hungry. I'm getting hungry now.
oh gosh, wait, I know I am too. But I'm going to ask Anthony. Hey, Anthony, if you can come back online here for just a second and 40 bottles, dude. What have you sprinkled it on other than chocolate ice cream? Can you share?
Breakfast stuff, eggs, my potatoes. So I have a bowl like this big
Uh-huh.
that I put my seasonings in, mix them up for my brisket, and I use about half a bottle of SSPG in it.
Mm.
And I'm telling you right now, my neighbor said it's the best brisket he's ever had.
Oh boy. Oh
Nice.
And
yeah.
so I know some smokers because of the smokehouse that we have.
Mhm.
And Bucknuts is one of the biggest supporters of Chris and the product. He now uses it in his competition smokes.
So I'm thinking, you know what? Pork sounds like I think I want to add that to maybe roast pork or something. And with the holidays coming up too, now would be a good time to be like, start trying it on everything, and then for the family when they come over for the family gathering, have those extra bottles ready because you're going to want to throw that on whatever.
I
Christmas
actually am
dinner.
going to. I'm actually going to do it on our deep fried turkey for Thanksgiving this year.
Mm.
We're going to add Chris's mix into
Mhm.
our turkey seasonings, and we're gonna deep fat fry that thing out on the street.
That's sounding awesome. Chris, cookbook in the making. Add a tablespoon of this to that.
Come on,
Fix it.
you wanna.
Any plans for
Heck
something
yeah.
like? Yeah, I mean, for guys like us, it's kind of like just tell us how to do this and we'll do it. And as opposed to season to taste. There's always a pinch of salt. You can do that. It's like no. I personally
Yeah, a little
like to
pinch
have
of
it.
salt never hurts.
Oh yeah. No, it's kind of like no, I like the my dinner to be seasoned very well. So it's kind of like I'll just go ahead and make sure.
We got Christmas coming around the corner too, so people can need some stocking stuffers. There's some
Excellent
dads
stocking
out there.
stuffers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell us your website again. Where is it that we can direct Herostock Nation to pick up some of your products?
www.smokinrwb.com. We do offer free shipping. We ship anywhere in the U.S. for free.
There's
Let's do
something
the-
new coming out. Like, can you give
Yeah,
us
it's
a
like-
teaser? Something,
let's-
Chris?
Here's just
There are some new ones coming out here soon. So yeah, keep
can you share?
an eye on our Facebook page. Oh yeah, it's going to be a jalapeno one and a ghost pepper. So for
Oh,
those
my
spicy
God.
people,
yeah.
I got a buddy out in western Nebraska who's growing ghost peppers and jalapeno peppers for me. So
Yeah.
as soon as he said he's going to be shipping me a batch sometime this week, so we got to get the quantities right, the mixtures just right before we release it. But they'll be coming out very, very soon. So
You don't want it to come with a warning label like, "Hey,
the ghost
Take a
pepper is
step
going to
back.
have one
yeah,
because I'm tired of getting stuff when people say it's hot and it's not hot. You know, this one's it's going to be hot. This one's going to be hot.
Yeah.
So,
I do want to say something though. Chris is doing this for less than a year, and there's a store in western Nebraska that now sells it at the store, and that's a big pop for Chris because these guys that do seasoning, they're doing the grind for 4 to 5 years before they start seeing it on stores. And what Chris has made, it's already in one store in the rest of Nebraska. And I can guarantee you that he's probably talking to other stores right now on getting his product too.
Got to get the name out there. Got to get the product out there as well too. We've been talking with Chris Parks, a U.S. Army veteran who owns and operates Smokin RWB in Lincoln, Nebraska. Anthony Lujan, who's also served with Chris while in the Army. I want to thank you both for coming on and sharing a little bit about your time in the Army, some of the things that are happening with Smokin RWB and your friendship, and it's really great to see you both. So